Good morning, my dear students, and welcome back to my channel that is Conceptual Knowledge. And this is Shabbar Kazmi, so your maths and physics teacher. So today I had came up with one of the topic of class 10th physics, that is mirror formula. We can call it as mirror equations 2. Okay, so today we are going to discuss actually, or you can say we are going to derive the mirror equation or mirror formula in the case of convex mirror. Okay, so point to be noted here, in the case of convex mirror. So convex mirror is actually, it means in books also, if we see, then we'll find that we get the derivation for the this mirror formula in case of concave mirrors. So it's very rare to observe that the derivation of mirror formula in convex mirror. Okay, so without wasting our time, now let us start our discussion. So all of you can see that I had written here mirror formula. So first of all, let us understand what is mirror formula. It is a relation between the object distance, that is u, the image distance, that is v, and the focal length. So before going through this topic, you people must be aware of the sign convention through the spherical mirrors, like what sign convention we are going to use, because that is very important. And the another thing is another thing is like you should understand this the symbols. This u stands for object distance, v stands for image distance, and the f stands for focal length. So these things you people must be aware of, otherwise you are not going to understand anything. Okay, so this is the prerequisite, you can say, that you should know these things. Okay, now let us start our discussion. Okay, so see, I had started the drawing the ray diagram for you people. So I had just done these things so that we can save at least some time. And now I'm showing you this thing, like you can understand this. Okay, so this is the case of convex mirror we had taken. And yeah, one more thing we should assume here, that this curve, it means aperture, this convex mirror is going to be very small in comparison to the radius of curvature. Let us denote it as f and it as c. Here it is looking like that we had taken it approximately of same dimension, but actually it is not like that. The scenario is something different, that is, this radius of curvature must be, it means very much greater than this aperture. So we are going to take the smallest portion only. Okay, so now I'm drawing the remaining diagram for you people. So this is the object that we have taken, and now we'll just take out the rays from this object and complete our ray diagram first. Okay, now I had completed the diagram, as you can see in the picture, and I had focused it also so that all of you can understand and easily watch it. So you can see that this is a convex mirror we had taken. Okay, so this is our convex mirror, and in that convex mirror, see, the one thing you need to understand, see, simply we are going to apply the similarity of triangle conditions over here. We need to find out two triangles similar, and then we are just going to use the sides as a proportion, like their sides must be in proportion. Similar triangles, we are knowing this concept from mathematics, and we are going to just employ that thing only. So before going through that, just to, all of you try to understand this, that this aperture is very small, so this m, okay, this m, it must be going to lie on this straight line. We assume it to be straight. So these assumptions you need to understand. So this m is okay. This line I had made it with pencil, so I'm just focusing it more so that you people can see that line. Okay, if it is possible for you, will see I had shown this line, this one. So we'll assume that this line and this point at this point will coincide. So that PM is going to be equal to AB. This PM is going to be equal to AB. I hope so. This is this thing you just understood. Okay. There are some another method also, like we can pass out the rays from here and then that will go and meet here, so that triangle also we can use. So I'm not using that, I'm simply using this one. Okay, so hope so that everybody will understand. Okay, so I'm just making it zoom out so that it should be properly visible to everyone. Okay, so let us continue now our discussion. Yeah, I think it's better. Chalo. Okay, so let us move on. So now all of you need to focus on the triangles. That is very important. Okay, I'll indicate also that what are the triangles we are going to use. Okay, so first I'm just going to write something so that we'll save our time. Okay, so just have patience. Okay, now you can see I had written something for you people. See the picture. So we need to focus on two triangles. I'm showing the triangles to you people. Okay, so please focus. The first of all, the first triangle you need to focus on ABC and A dash B dash. ABC, this is the triangle, and then we'll focus on A dash B dash C. So ABC and A dash B dash C both are similar to each other. Why similar to each other? Okay, why similar to each other? Because you can see that this angle is going to be common in both the triangles, and you can see that this angle and this angle both are going to be equal to each other, because 90 degree and 90 degree. Okay, now so these two triangles are congruent. So similarly, so if we had made these two triangles congruent, so you can see in the I had written for you people the triangle ABC and triangle A dash B dash is similar. So I had taken two ratios. It means all the three sides, it means ratios is going to be proportional, but I had taken 2:1. Okay, two sides proportionality. So AB by A dash B dash is equal to BC by B dash C. Similarly, I had taken two more triangles. So please focus on the picture. See, the two more triangles are PMF. See, PMF, this triangle PMF. I hope so that you people will understand this. I'm just zooming it so that you people can understand PMF. And another triangle we are going to take as B dash A dash F. So again, these two triangles are also similar to each other. This is going to be common, and this is going to be equal to each other. So to angle similarity, we had again make it similar. Okay, so I hope so that you people will understand this. So similarly, so now taken, just a minute, yeah, now taken that two triangles also similar to each other. So triangle PMF and B dash A dash F is going to be similar to each other. So if they are going to be similar to each other, so we are going to use their sides in the ratio proportionality sign, proportionality property. So PM by A dash B dash is equal to PF by B dash F. I hope so that you people must understand this particular thing. And then now we can observe from the diagram, or you can say the figure. Okay, so from the figure you can observe, earlier only I told you people that PM is going to be equal to AB, because this is going to be small, so I had written that only. So but PM is equals to AB since aperture is very small. Okay, so we can replace PM with AB. So here we got AB by A dash B dash. So now we had got two equations. You can see in the figure or in the sheet, equation 1, equation 2. So from both equations we can see that its LHS is going to be equal to each other, AB by A dash B dash, AB by A dash B dash. So we can equate its RHS. So let us equate it and just replace the values with UVF, and just we can easily get our required results. So I'm going to do that one. So just let us do that. Okay. Okay, now a simple mathematics we are going to apply. From equation 1 and 2 we get what we are going to get. We are going to get the RHS part equal to each other. So you can see the RHS part are this. So I'm just writing it for you people. So it means BC divided by B dash C is equal to PF divided by B dash F. Okay, one more thing, that in the diagram you are not going to take the slant heights, you can say like this slant rays distances. Okay, you can ignore this because we need this and this only. So that's why I have not taken the third proportional sides Okay, I hope you people understood this. Okay, now let us move and continue our discussion. So now BC, what is BC? Let us try to find out BC from the diagram. So BC, you can see BC, so this hole is BC. So BC, we can just start measuring the distance from the pole. So BP is going to be U and PC is going to be a radius of curvature. So radius of curvature is equals to 2f. It means R is equals to 2f. So we'll use this property. Okay, R is equals to 2f. So radius of curvature is going to be equal to the twice of the focal length. So BC should be replaced by this U plus 2f. Is it clear to you people? Okay, before putting the values like U and this f, let us apply the sign convention too. So BC can be equal to U plus 2f. So you can see over here easily that this U is taken in the it means negative side, and this 2f is going to be in the positive sides. It means along the ray, and it is along the ray and it is opposite to the ray. So U should be in minus. So we need to write 2f minus U. So BC is equals to 2f minus U. In place of BC, we had replaced it with our required value. Okay, now let us write about B dash C. See, you can see this B dash C from the diagram. Okay, let me zoom it out, zoom it in, so that you can see easily. So B dash C. Okay, B dash C. All of you see the picture. This is your B dash C. So B dash C is equals to, we are going to measure the distance from pole. So PC minus PB dash. So B dash C can be written as PC. PC is your again 2f minus PB dash. So PB dash, if you see, then I had shown it in the diagram. PB dash is equals to V. And again, see, we are measuring it to the positive side. So both is going to be in positive sign. So we are going to replace it like, we have to write B dash C. So B dash C is equals to PC. So PC is equals to 2f and 2f, and we need to subtract PB dash. So 2f minus V. I hope you people will understand this. Okay, we need to take it as, just a minute. Okay, so all of you see this. Now we had replaced 2f minus V as B dash C. Now PF is your focal length. All of you please see the diagram. PF is your focal length. I had shown all the things over here. See. Okay, let me zoom it out. Okay, see here. So PF is equal to F. So we can replace this PF and with the positive sign. And now B dash F. See about the B dash F. So how we can just get the value of B dash F? So B dash F is this. Now we need to measure it from the pole. So we are going to subtract from PF the PB dash. Then we are going to get B dash F. So in place of B dash F, we can write PF minus PB dash. And we know that PF is equals to F and PB dash is equals to V. So simply we can replace that with F minus V. So this is the thing which we need to do. Now we'll do the simple calculations, and I hope that we can easily get our required result now. So let us do the cross multiplication. So 2f minus U multiplied by F minus V. So okay, I'm just writing one more step for you people so that it should be understandable by everyone. F minus V is equals to F multiplied by 2f minus V. I hope you people will understood this thing. This is very simple thing, so not a very big deal. Yeah. Okay. Now let us multiply it and try to get our result. Okay. Okay. So I had done another step for you people. So 2f minus U multiplied by F minus V is equals to F multiplied by 2f minus V is going to be equal to, this is going to multiply with this. So we are going to get this result. 2f square minus 2vf minus uf plus uv is equals to 2f square minus vf. Okay. Now we can see 2f square. So this 2f square is going to be cancelled with this 2f square. This will come to this side, or this will go to that side. So the signage is going to be altered. It means plus is going to be minus, and they are going to be cancelled. Okay. Now what we are left with now? See all of you. So here it is minus 2vf and here it is uf. So just let us take these two to that side and just leave uf over here. sorry, uv over here, so we had left it over here, and now minus 2vf will go that side, it will become plus 2vf, and this minus vf will come with along with this minus 2vf, sorry, plus 2vf, and now this minus uf will go that side and it will become plus uf, and now we can easily get it. So uv is equals to 2vf minus vf, it means 2x minus x is equals to simply x. So similarly we can write vf plus uf. Now it is very simple, just to divide both the sides with uvf. So I'm doing that on dividing uvf both sides, we get. So let us see what we are going to get. So uv divided by uvf is equals to vf divided by uvf plus uf divided by uvf. I don't think so that anybody is going to have problem in this step, because we are dividing, so obviously it will get splitted, so it's not an issue to just understand. I hope so that everybody will understand this thing. Okay, now let us continue. So you can see uv is going to be cancelled with uv, and here vf is going to be cancelled with vf, and here uf is going to be cancelled with uf. So only u will be left here, only v will, and only f will be left here. So we can write it like this: 1 by f equals to 1 by, okay, we can write 1 by v first, no issues, 1 by v plus 1 by u. So this is only our required result which we need to prove. So I hope that all of you have understood. This is a very simple thing, like you can apply anywhere, anything, like the similarity conditions, just to draw the any ray diagram, because in all the ray diagram this mirror formula is going to be valid. So in all the ray diagram through the spherical mirror, you just use this thing and you can get it easily. So I hope so that everybody will understood now. So now with the help of this formula we can solve many problems. Okay, so that problem discussion we'll try to discuss in another video. So that's it for today. I hope that all of you will like the video, and if you thought that it is at least a worth, so you can give positive comments too, and you can like and share my videos too. So I hope so. Okay then, thank you everyone for watching it, and thanks once again. Okay.